Alright, everyone. Hello. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of The Expanse reaction. This is our live, and my name is Matt. Okay, so last time on The Expanse, we had Highway Star. We had a dude. We just had some dude, some belter dude, who just wanted to be a Highway Star, and he blasted himself through the ring and instantly exploded because I suppose the force he was going at, and then the ring like stopped them, and he just, and there you go. But that wasn't everything that happened. Let's talk about the ring. So the ring, the shit that we saw coming out of Venus like 2 episodes ago, it was like some alien construct. It looked like a life form, but then it built a ring. It transformed it into a ring, like a mechanical ring, and it just sat there, and it would just sat there for like 8 months or something like that. I don't know how long it was actually. I don't remember. I don't know if they even said it, but it was months. It was plural months. So it just sat there, and everyone in the UN and everyone in Mars, everyone was just like, "What the fuck is that shit? Like, what are we looking at, right?" So that's what's happening with the ring, and then at the end of the episode, it turns out that the dude tried to go through the ring, and upon going through it, it just like it just it like the ship like froze in like like when it touched the ring, there was like a field inside it, and when it touched it, it like the ship, all of the ship force reduced to like not zero, but pretty close to zero, which made the dude to just explode forwards because he was like crashing at that point. He was like crashing with like a hyper super fast racing ship in the future. So like it just but at the same time, at the end of the episode, when that happened, Holden saw the ghost of Miller just showing up there, and he was just saying some shit, and then he disappeared. And Holden was like, "What?" And I was like, "What?" And there you go. So that's what's happening. There was also some other stuff like regarding so Naomi is hanging out with Drummer, and there was this new guy. I forgot his name. Ashford. Let me see his first name. I'm opening my DXD. God, I wrote down a lot of shit for this show. Kales Ashford or Callis Ashford, whatever. So that guy, he shows up, and I get lawful vibes from him. Not lawful good. I don't know lawful what, but not good. Could be good. I don't know. We don't know anything about this guy, but he's working for Dawes, and Drummer is working for Fred Johnson. So that's and they have issues trying to come with terms in how to run the Behemoth, which is the transform version of the, I forgot the name of the original ship, the Nauvoo. There you go, the Nauvoo, the Mormon ship. They were building for Mormons, and then they used to fucking ram arrows, and it missed, and then we transform it into the Behemoth after we salvage it. And it seems like it's becoming this like giant battle station, and they're just rebuilding it for that purpose, right? But a lot of people are living in there, a lot of people are hanging out there, and yeah, that's what's happening. And there's some differences in how to lead the people there. Like Drummer just wanted to space some dude that was just selling drugs because it kind of messed up with plans. She doesn't care about people just putting drugs in themselves, but at the same time she's like, yeah, but we reach a point where it influences the job that we're doing, and it puts others at risk. So yeah, that guy has to go. And then Ashford stepped in, and he was like, okay, that's not how we do things anymore, because now the belt is trying to become like a power. It's trying to become more like Earth and more like Mars. It's trying to become an actual player. So we're not just a bunch of savages just winging sticks at each other. Like, that's what they think we are, and we need to prove them that we're not that. We are citizens of the belt that follow the law, and we have a code, and we need to follow it. And Drummer is like, I just want to kill this dude. And he's like, let's not do that. Instead, we're just gonna let this dude here. We're just gonna let this dude live. He's just gonna run away, and then we're gonna say, okay, everybody who has drugs, just throw them in this place, and you will be free of charge, but get rid of them. And if we find any of those illegal drugs on you, you are going to be court-martialized and thrown in jail in Sears or whatever and never to be seen again. So there we go. And then a lot of people just started dumping their drugs and whatever. And that's what's happening. Naomi was also kind of siding with Ashford a little bit. So we don't know where that's going to go. There's also like a documentary being made on the Rosie with Holden, Alex, and Amos. Sure. Another thing that happened was we saw... Okay, and this is something I actually didn't realize. I didn't realize it because it was like a very minor transition from scene to scene, but I was just gone and I forgot, I didn't realize or whatever. And it's the fact that so we saw Anna on a ship. I think I wrote down the name of the ship. It was the I think it was the UNN Thomas Prince. So she was at the UN Thomas Prince, and she's just trying to see what's happening with the ring or whatever. I don't know what she's doing there. But in the background of her final scene where she's talking to her wife, 3 dudes walk by, and then we transition into those 3 dudes, and they became the like technician team that we kept seeing then across the episode near the end, where Melva was. So they went to repair some shit. I think it was the UN Sung-hun? I just wrote down names, I don't know what they are. But they went to repair something. And Melva, it was the new one, was the rookie. And there was the older guy who was like, okay, I got your back. Like, this is how you do things. This is what you need to do. This is the tricks. This is the ins and outs. And that was nice. Thing is that Melva turned out to be a secret agent or some shit. And she just planted a bomb in this place. And then the dude realized that something was off, and then he checked, and he saw a bomb, and then Melville was like, "Oh man, you shouldn't have come back to see that. I'm really sorry you had to, but..." And the dude was like, "No, let's talk this out." And she was like, "No, you're done." And then she did and then she jumped at him and just fucking destroyed him. So she's like an enhanced superhuman or whatever. I actually got explained on Patreon what that was, and I'm not sure if it's a spoiler or not. Like, I've been told that it wasn't, because I've been also told that this part of the season is just like one book crammed into like 6 episodes. So it's supposed to go like super fast, and a lot of crazy shit is about to happen, which I totally buy. So it makes sense for small details to be skipped. But I was told that she is like an enhanced human or something, and then in the book you actually get to see what she's doing. You actually get to see her getting the enhancements or something. I don't remember exactly. But I was going to that direction even in the previous discussion. I was like, she doesn't seem proto-molecule up. I'm thinking that she's like a superhuman or whatever. And she was. She had like super strength enhancements or some shit. And then she passed out. So I'm like, okay, there's a trade-off or something. So I think that's it. I think that covers for what happened previous episode. And I think we're ready to start with this episode. It's like 9:30 p.m. Let's record because it's getting late. So, alright everyone, The Expanse Season 3, Episode 8. Is it 8? Is it 8? Is it 8? Give me a sec. Is it 8? Yeah. Season 3, Episode 8. Let's go. Thomas Jane is on the credits. Again. The ring. Stable orbit beyond Uranus. There's a joke to be made there. Okay, so the field is only seen from one side, not the other. They get to see the footage. Yeah, he was transmitted and then he just exploded. Yeah, I thought about that. I don't know if I mentioned it, but...
It wasn't a probe. He's a slingshotter out of series. He's some kid trying to impress a girl back home.
This is true.
I hope she's impressed. We triggered something before we understood it.
Yes, we
Maybe
did.
The structure isn't an entrance, but an exit. What do you think, Pastor?
That could happen.
This never ends.
What do you mean, Holden?
Out of all the places in the whole system that we could be, and we're here.
Is the alien shit gonna happen now? I was thinking earlier, like previous episode, I was finding interesting that it seems like we're done with the proto-molecule as a use of like hybrids or whatever. Now we're just dealing with aliens. Now that's just it. Miller.
Poured hot coffee in the parking lot. Let's play a magic trick. Tick, tick, tick on the dog.
What the fuck is happening? What I want to know is if more people can see him. I don't think anyone can, other than him. Like, that's what happened the previous time in Season 1.
Are you trying to talk to me?
Yes. Hold and look at me. I'm not an entertainer, an artiste. Okay, any pinhead can bang on pots and pans. I have my master's in cognitive psychology, and I know when I look into someone's eyes, when there's more to a story.
This bitch is such a manipulator.
I want you to trust me.
I'm not gonna trust you. She tried to fuck Amos previous episode just to get the story. I mean, I get that the only thing she cares about is the story. But I'm pretty sure that nothing she says has any meaning. Oh, she cares about... We're gonna win so many... Yeah. That is a hell of a picture to wake up to. Okay, so she probably didn't want to do this. But she has a mission, and she needs to see it through. Hide the body in there. What are they gonna do with the giant pool of blood, though? Oh! Oh, shit. Did she do that just to get him to fit inside the fucking compartment? Oh, she's trying to clean up the blood. She's actually trying to... How? I wanna know this guy's story. Why is this all burned on one side and shit?
To our foolish and fearless young rockhopper who sunk his teeth deep into the unknown. For a Molov. For love.
For the rockhopper. For the rockhopper.
For that one guy. For Highway Star.
All the optimists I know are dead.
Yeah, but what about this one?
Guilty.
Are they gonna start liking each other to a degree? Not enough?
What did I tell you about being in here?
Yeah, this guy's...
No. Are you a little deaf as well?
I know, I'm sorry.
He stole some shit, didn't he? Is that a gun? Oh, they can see that he's doing some brain scan on himself because what the fuck is happening? Nothing. For a molecule scan. It's probably gonna come clean. It's probably not that. Because I don't think Miller was infected back in the day and he still saw shit.
It's probably sleeping it off somewhere. Guy's a freaking genius.
Is this guy fucking dumb?
The job gets paid again to sleep off his hangovers.
Shut the fuck up. Rent's a decent.
You don't turn in your coveralls to the company, you don't get the deposit
More than I
back.
can say for most of the people I've met up here.
Not my funeral.
She didn't clean off that blood. She also feels like really guilty about that shit, apparently. She just... Yeah. She actually did like the guy because he was super nice. But the mission...
K-47,
whatever.
you are off course. I repeat, you are off course. What the hell are you doing?
Sorry, you almost killed us.
Negative, yeah. It's not that. There's nothing wrong with you. This is just some dumb alien shit.
Doors and corners, I mean, that's where they get you. You're walking in the middle of a crime scene without knowing. There's not somebody there to put you down.
What's with the hat?
What's with the hat? Is that the question?
Off my head.
That was a conversation. He talked to you.
There's this rookie down in Star Helix. Kid never learned to clear a room. I kept telling him, I said, there's doors and corners, kid. If you don't clear the room, if you don't come in slow, that room will eat you. I'm just an investigator now. I find things.
What are you trying to find?
Local Greasia. They were running this unlicensed brothel down in Sector 18.
My blood is clean. You're not here, which at least explains the stupid fucking hat!
Amos saw that. And now he's gone.
None of my business.
No, you should explain this.
Are you sick, Cap?
No.
Apparently not.
Look, if there's anything you need to get off your chest,
Say something, dude.
I'm not much help.
Exactly, but...
So don't judge.
Yeah.
It's a great quality, you know.
Things have been in the red for a long time now. There's only so much a guy can take.
You should clue in that the Miller shit happened at the exact same time as a kid.
I'm alright, Amos. I mean, I will be alright. And if I'm not, you'll be the first to know, okay?
I like that. I like that interaction. You should let people know about this shit, though. I understand that you think you're crazy and it's personal, but like the test came clean. You're fine. He was not there. She's gonna talk to Okay, she's gonna take the Miva, or whatever her name was. Melva, okay. Because she's like, alright, that's something that's troubling that young woman.
Are you alright?
I love Anna. I love Anna so much.
Thank you. No.
I love that she just saw someone that was just clearly not okay, and she was like, I'm sorry. And then she walked out and went up to that person and went like, I'm sorry, are you okay? Do you need something? It's like so precious. Okay, so this guy.
He was having a full-on conversation with himself.
This fucking dude.
Though, now and then.
Me.
All right. Most of us do, though. I mean, it's how we hear things out.
You spend half your time talking to his shit. Maybe you're not the right person to ask.
Hey, hold on there. Okay, look, he's just overloaded. Is all.
This fucking dude. Come on. Why are they letting this dude just wander around the ship? No problem. Why do they trust this guy? Oh shit. What's that? Okay, so he took something and he replaced it with something else. I don't know what the fuck that means, but...
You checked out his autodoc logs. Hey, man, shame on you. That is a serious breach of trust, man. Come on. Jesus. So what did the log say?
He ran a scan on himself for the protomolecule infection.
Holy.
35 times.
He came negative every time.
Negative. The test always scanned negative, but he keeps doing it over and over.
What the hell is that about?
You tell me.
You remember XO back on the can?
Yeah.
One day he's singing sea shanties and planting daffodils. The next day he's waving a 6-gun around trying to put up charge.
I remember the guy from the first episode.
You have everything stored on that, right?
Yeah.
The moment the Belter kid went through the ring.
It was at the exact same time. Okay, yeah.
Stop there.
What are you fishing for?
Now I want to see your footage of me.
At the exact same time. Yeah, he's piecing together that things happen at the exact same time. Oh. There's some pixelated bullshit that happened at the same time.
It happened at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't need you.
It's again. He's here again.
Have we talked before?
Do you even know you're here?
Yeah, sometimes. When I exceed my boundary conditions, that's when they kill me.
Who are they? Why me? Why am I special?
But you have a ship. See, you're a tool that goes places. I'm a tool that finds things. We're tools.
You should tell this to the crew. Because they think you're fucking nuts. Detonator start ready. Okay. Wait, sync to Rosie now. Is she trying to bomb the Rosie? Oh, the cameraman is working with her.
Doesn't look like a reactor meltdown. And that, for sure, is not an emissary.
It reaches out.
Reaches out.
13 times a second reaches out, but nothing answers.
130
So it builds the investigator, and the investigator looks, but he does not find. So it kills the investigator, it kills the investigator over and over. And it builds the investigator again and again until it finds a door that wasn't there before.
The reflections in the mirror.
So I'm at this unlicensed brothel, right? Egregious. Down in Sector 18.
Listen.
Hothead rookie, I keep telling him, watch your doors and corners, pal. You don't come rushing into a room with your dick hanging out.
Hold it! Hold it! We got a situation out there. We need you right.
He's gone.
What is this?
I'm James Holden. Speaking on behalf of the Outer Planets Alliance.
Oh, he hacked it.
Ways to
I hate this.
I'm here to declare for the OPA that Belters are the only legitimate benefactors of the ring. Whatever it may
This is
ultimately
not.
prove
I
to
hate
be,
this.
It belongs to the Belt. And to show you.
I don't even want to
that
hear
we
this.
will
I
not
hate
march
it so much. This is
or
something
back
that I
down from this
just hate.
We've struck at the Inner's vessels, and we will strike again.
They think that Holden did it because they think Holden's fucking crazy.
What did you do?
That's not me. It's not me, Alex.
Well, it's coming from inside our ship.
Well, kill the fucking thing.
I can't. I'm locked down.
Did you do this?
Why would I?
Holden, you haven't been yourself lately.
Yeah, they think it's fucking crazy.
He wants them to fire on us. He's trying to start the next war.
They'll fire on him too.
Or you're assuming he cares about survival.
That was not Holden. It's some kind of trap.
Oh, okay, who was it then?
A composite generates him, I don't know. Take a closer look at the footage.
We not got time for that. Hail the Rossi, get Holden on comms and tell him he has 10 seconds to retract.
We have to fire on the Rocinante. We have to do it now.
What?
It is the only way they'll know that the OPA disavows James Holden. Otherwise, they will kill this ship along with him.
He's right, actually. And I hate it.
If you want to save the behemoth, you have to prove to them that we are not with him.
He's right!
He's trying to play you. Don't fall into it.
Remove her
This
from
is
the
also
command
true!
center.
Drummond, listen to me! You know Holden isn't capable of what we just saw!
The fucking camera, dude, like, god damn it.
Just gonna draw their fire. You can't outrun a missile.
Yeah, but we don't gotta sit here and be their target practice.
Oh! The fuck!
Did you figure it out?
Somebody crippled this ship. It was all a setup. You and I. The only hope we have is for me to just give me 1 minute alone. For what? I don't have time to explain. We don't have a minute. Let me go. How many times have I asked you to trust me?
None.
I'm asking you now.
You profess no knowledge.
We are prepared to fire on the Rocinante. Let us take care of our own.
You have 1 minute.
He doesn't believe us.
Doesn't matter. He gave us 1 minute.
Missile bay doors on the Thomas Prince have just opened.
And 1 minute is all we're gonna get.
I mean, they're not gonna die, I don't think, so Holden's gonna have to... Holden's gonna be able to fix it.
What's happening?
Power down.
Overload. Need to dive.
They got sabotaged too.
One hell of a warship.
Right, come on.
Holden's just thinking about what Miller said instead of... Yeah, there was Paramalkin in the shit, I remember.
Come on, Miller. Give me something. You want a ride? You got it. But I can't give you one if I no longer have a ship.
Going to a room too fast, kid. The room eats you.
Alex!
Going too fast.
You need to change course and go inside the ring right now.
No fucking way!
Okay.
That's an order. Slow the Rossi down. Flip and burner. Hard as you can without that missile catching us.
We are dead if I slow down.
It's a risk we gotta take.
So we're gonna slow down.
It's about the ring. Because Miller told me.
Okay, so we have to decelerate in order to not explode like the kid.
Goddamn thing. But this is our only way out.
Okay, we're taking a massive leap of faith here.
Alex! Do what the cap said!
Thank you, Amos. Okay, decelerate and try to not blow up. Get just up. Now get a stroke. And go through the ring.
They're going for the ring.
Cosby, what are you doing?
Massive deceleration. And they're passing out. They're all passing out. This is so intense. Are you... Don't end the episode there. They got frozen in time, didn't they? Are they frozen in time? Or some shit? You can't fuck me like this. You can't end the episode there. You can't end the episode there. What the fuck just happened? How am I supposed to talk about something that I don't know? How am I supposed to talk about something I don't know? Okay. Fuck. Sure. Discussion portion thing, whatever. Fuck. Okay, so that episode. Stuff happened. Stuff happened in that episode. Sure, dude, like, whenever people said, like, yo, there's gonna be a lot of shit that happened in, like, very few episodes because they just cram a ton of shit into, like, a single half season, I'm like, I was waiting for shit to just go really fast and for a lot of shit to happen every episode, but, like, this one still got me. It still fucking got me, like, really bad. So, okay. Where do I even begin? So, I said it for a second during the reaction, but and this is something that I thought previous episode already, and it's the fact that, like, it seems like we're kind of done with the protomolecule as an infection virus that creates whatever, right? It seems that we're done with that because, like, the entire, like, season 2, it was just like we're dealing with, like, hybrid human protomoleculed up people, and that was the deal. That was the case, and we needed to save the children. And it was like, okay, that was the plot for season 2. For the second book, honestly, because it was half season 2, half season 3, right? But so in season 1, it was like, okay, some weird shit is happening, and then some shit is happening, and it's like, that's it. And then book 2, it's like, okay, they're creating, like, super enhanced protomolecule humans. Jeff Bezos is doing some shit, and then we stopped it, and it was like, okay, cool, and now everything's up in the air. But then now the show is finally going the direction of, like, okay, so now we're finally addressing the protomolecule as, like, some alien thing. As an alien thing. It's no longer, like, a piece of technology that we're using in order to create whatever the fuck we want to create with it, or, like, try to evolve or whatever the fuck. Now it's just like, no, there's some alien bullshit. Now we're finally getting into the specifics of, like, what is it doing here, what it's supposed to be doing, what it actually is, and where does it come from. It seems like that's what season 3 is, what book 3 is gonna finally tackle on a little bit. So the thing comes out of Venus, and then it creates the ring, and then some shit happens with the ring, and then Miller shows up. So I like that Holden, it didn't immediately, but, like, afterwards, he kept seeing Miller, and that happened at the exact same time as the kid touched the ring. So that gave him okay, so Holden thought he was crazy, and everyone also thought that he was crazy, and that became a thing for this episode, and I don't know if it's gonna carry over to future episodes. Hopefully not. Hopefully it will just, like, oh my god. So I was just thinking, what if, give me a fucking second. I don't know if I said it during the reaction, but for, like, a second, I thought, what if the ring is like a black hole or something? It's like a black hole, and what is actually happening, like it's not, like, literally, but maybe functionally, it's like a black hole, and then I'm just like, is the entire plot for The Expanse a Rush reference? Is that it? Is that what that is? Because give me a second. Because, like, if I Google Xenos X1, isn't that song literally just the story of a spaceship named the Rosinante going through a black hole? Isn't that literally what it is? On my ship, the Rosinante, wheeling through the galaxies, heading for the heart of Cygnus headlong into mystery. The X-rays, their siren song, my ship cannot resist their long. Nearer to my deadly goal until the black hole gains control. Spinning, whirling, still descending like a spiral sea unending. Sound and fury drowns my heart, every nerve is torn apart. If it turns out that the entire plot for this fucking show is just a Rush reference, I love it. I love it so much. So yeah. So the reason why I thought it could have been a black hole, or like not literally but like functionally to a degree, is because so it appears okay, so I don't actually know what happened at the end, because the Rosie froze and the missile froze, but what I don't know if it physics froze or time froze. If it is time, it is closer functionally to a black hole, because black holes do kind of mess with time near it, don't they? Like, I'm pretty sure that, well, that's what sci-fi taught me. That's what World Enough and Time taught me. But like, if that is the case, they mess up with like gravity and time and a bunch of physics constructs. So I'm thinking, what exactly happens when you get close to the ring? So they also wonder, and they brought this at the beginning of the episode, and this is something I thought, but I don't think I said, because I don't know enough physics in order to question it. But I thought previous episode, when the dude fucking exploded, I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, why did the dude explode but the ship didn't? I was like, should the ship have like got hit by the force as well? And I was like, well, maybe no, maybe they're sturdy enough that they can just take it. But like a dude is just like a lump of flesh, so maybe it makes sense. I don't know. I didn't know the specifics of a fast ship crashing into literally nothing in space. So I didn't question that. But at the beginning of the episode, they actually did question that. They were like, shouldn't the vessel he was in also just been exploded, not just him? And then I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense, sure. So now there is something else to that event that happened, other than just the dude exploding. And I like that everyone in the world just saw that, and they were like, what the fuck happened there? And they were like, okay, so we fucked with something we don't understand, and we accidentally triggered it because that one random fucking kid just decided to kamikaze into it because he just wanted to get his dick wet. Cool. And they kind of blamed the Belters for it, because of course they did. The kid was a Belter. And I like that Anna was the one that said like, no, that was just some kid who just wanted to impress his girlfriend. Like, we shouldn't just like throw them all under the bus because of what one random dumbass kid did. And it's like, yeah, sure. I like Anna a lot. There was a scene in this episode where Anna walked up to Melva. Was it Melva? Yeah. She walked up to Melva, who was crying, and she saw that she was like sad. I don't know if she saw tears or whatever. And then Melva just walked off the room, and Anna was like, yeah, excuse me. And then she stood up, then she followed her out of the room, and she was like, excuse me, are you okay? Like, can I do anything for you? And I'm just like, you're wonderful. You're wonderful, Anna. You're amazing, and I'm glad that there's a character like you that exists in this universe. There should be more. But okay, so Melva. Now we actually got to see what. Okay, so Melva seems to be an interesting character, and I'm not sure if she's gonna matter that much or not. We'll see. But the thing is that, like, she seems to deeply regret having killed the one guy, the old guy from previous episode, because yes, previous episode they did make an effort to show that this old guy, he's actually really nice. He's actually like really nice. He knows the ins and outs, and he's like, I'm gonna help you out. It's gonna be okay. Don't be nervous. Like all that kind of stuff. And he seemed to be really awesome. So now that she killed him, it seems that she's just like legitimately sad. She's legitimately super sad and guilty over the fact that she had to kill him. Which means that Melva probably does care about people, and she probably does care about someone that is like super nice, like that guy. So it can be one of those situations where she probably has had a rough life or something like that, and a lot of people that she meets are not good people, and when she finally met someone nice, she was like, oh my god, this guy is the best, but then she had to kill him because the mission is more important, kind of. So we don't know what team she's playing for. We don't know what she's doing. What we do know is that she was in cahoots with the cameraman that was doing the report, the documentary on the ship. And I don't actually know if the cameraman and the reporter lady, if both of them are bad, or if it's just a cameraman, because it could no. I generally believe that the reporter lady, she's not necessarily bad. She's just a bad person, but she's not evil, right? She's probably not one of those people that were trying to make this whole thing happen. She's just someone that is like super superficial, and she's like, I'm gonna manipulate all these people and spy on them in order to get the best scoop. You know, I'm a reporter, god damn it, I'm gonna get the best fucking documentary in the universe. I'm so fucking good. Like, that's the kind of vibe I get from her, because it seems pretty obvious, but that means that she probably didn't want this to happen, unless this was all an elaborate ruse in order to create the best like documentary film from the inside, the Roshi blows up documentary live or whatever. Like, unless they had planned to do that from the very beginning, which I don't think they were, because this is like way beyond whatever the fuck we're doing. I'm thinking, okay, sorry, I got like, my brain just went a different place. I was thinking about Krishna Basarala, and we didn't see any of her in this episode, but I want to see what she thinks of that transmission. Because the thing is that Krishna Basarala is now president of the world, isn't she? Right? Because I think that Aaron Wright is in jail and Estevan resignated. So Christian is by de facto, because she came back and she was third in command, she's de facto the president of the world now. She's just whatever that title is supposed to be, but she's that. So now I'm thinking, what would she think about the Holden transmission that she just saw? Would she see through it and be like, that's fake because I know the dude and he wouldn't say some shit like that? Because he really wouldn't. But the thing is that Holden has been known to make stupid, dumb choices and decisions and say some dumb shit. Like, that can be the case. So I don't know what Christian would believe. Okay, so back to the cameraman dude and Melba and whatever. So they were in cahoots together, and the cameraman sabotaged the Rosie, planted some shit, took out some other shit, and then the Rosie was locked out of communications. They could do a lot of stuff. They could just maneuver, honestly. And that set up, and he also planned it in order to make a transmission from inside with like an AI generated Holden, which, didn't I say that something like that was possible like 2 seasons ago? Didn't I say that something like that would be possible to like create, or did the show actually show me that that was possible? I don't remember. It's been so long, and I also have a shit memory. But didn't I say something to that effect? Like 2 seasons ago, like in season 1, halfway through season 1, didn't I say something like that? That it would be possible to like show like an AI generated version of a person that looked real enough with like real ass graphics in order to just fake people into thinking that that was true, and just have a voice like. You can also generate, because like, okay, so nowadays you can actually generate the voice of some people or some voice actors or whatever. You can actually do that. You can actually search in Google, generate the voice of whatever, and it is a little bit janky, but you can like make SpongeBob say whatever the fuck you want to say. For example, dude, the other day I saw fucking, what was it? I'm gonna give me a fucking second. I'm gonna find this real quick because it was fucking great. Ayn Rand and Slavoj Zizek read Barbie Girl by Aqua. Speech synthesis. And it is just Ayn Rand and Slavoj Zizek, or whatever the pronunciation for his name is, I'm sorry. But they have enough voice samples out there for an AI to be able to create whatever sound with their voice. So here's them just singing Barbie Girl, or reading Barbie Girl by Aqua.
Hi, Barbie.
Hey, Ken.
Do you wanna go for a ride?
Sure, Ken.
Come.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair and dress me everywhere. Imagination. Life is your creation.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair and dress me everywhere. Imagination. Life is your creation. I'm a blonde bimbo.
This is what the future is capable of. This is 100% what the future is capable of. It's from a channel called Vocal Syntheses, and it. Oh my god! I want to see this channel. I want to see what the fuck else they did. Bill Clinton and JFK cover "It Wasn't Me" by Shaggy. Mark Zuckerberg reveals the Navy SEALs copy pasta. Nelson Mandela reads Big Papa by Notorious B.I.G. Jerry Seinfeld reads the Book of Genesis. Queen Elizabeth II reads Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. This is what the future is capable of. And if we have this technology in 2020, and it's not perfect, but like 300 years in the future, oh yeah, dude, we got this shit. We got this shit on lockdown. VTubers are a thing. If you don't know what a VTuber is, it's essentially like you can create a 3D anime avatar of yours or whatever, and you can have a software that rigs up the points in your face, and you can move and talk, and the virtual animated version will also move and talk. So like Google on YouTube VTuber, just B and Tuber, and you will find a lot of VTubers out there that are just virtual versions of people. And those are actually entertainers. There are streamers and videos and shit that do that. And you can also have shit just... You can... Didn't we see like a voice alteration thing happen in The Expanse already? I think that was the case. Didn't... What? That was maybe why I thought of it. But yeah. So whatever Holden said was either voice alterated or enough samples of him in order to create whatever they wanted. And there's also probably enough footage of him in order to create like a very realistic virtual avatar version of himself with the technology. And there you go. There you go. It's an AI generated Holden. I like that Naomi said, like, we need to see if that is not actually Holden fucking like enhance the image and try to like look for details. So that tells me that if you actually enhance the image and look for details, you can tell that it's fake. Like there are ways to tell if something is fake. So that makes me think that whatever happens, if they do that, they can tell that wasn't actually Holden saying that, and that will give him credibility, because all they need is time in order for them to realize that. Right? Probably. And they might have time now that they are stuck in time or frozen in time or maybe frozen in space. We don't know exactly which existential concept was fucked with here at the Ring. But okay, Ayn Rand and Barbie Girl aside, let's talk about whatever the Miller shit was. So here's the thing, is that like I wasn't clear on what the fuck the Miller shit was. And I'm still not entirely clear, but I have some suspicions. Because the thing is that Holden just became a person, just near the end, when they're about to get hit, Holden is like, Miller, give me something. Like, Miller, please help me out. Like, I thought that he figured that the cameraman sabotaged the whatever in the Rosie. But no, he actually just locked himself in a room to talk to Miller. And he was like, Miller, please help me out. I need you. I need you to let me know what to do. And Miller told him in a very vague manner. Everything he said was super vague. And it's like, if I was Holden, I would not have grasped whatever the fuck Miller was saying. Because it's just like, dude, just tell me. Like, that's something I hate. I hate whenever people talk in like metaphors and people just start saying just like some weird shit instead of actually being clear. I'm just like, no, dude, just be clear with what the fuck you're saying. I do not have the mental capacity to figure out your fucking riddle. I don't give a shit. Just tell me, or I'm gonna punch you in the face. Like, I'm that kind of person, right? So the fact that Miller is doing that, I'm just like, god damn it, I'm not gonna figure this shit out. So Holden, just do it for me, please, because I don't know. I did think that what Miller was saying, he was speaking of some transport or something, and it was like, okay, so what he's saying is take us through the ring. Because, okay, I'm gonna go back to that scene when they're talking to, Holden is talking to Miller. Doors and corners, right? Doors and corners. Doors and Corners was the name of an episode, by the way, in season 2. I remember. We see the proto-molecule in the ship, which means that matters. He says, Doors and Corners, come on. This is a really cool shot of Miller, by the way. Come on, Miller, give me something. And then Miller says... What does it say? Holden says, you want a ride? You got it. But I can't give you one if I no longer have a ship. Then Miller says, go into a room too fast, kid. The room eats you. And I suppose that's when Holden figured out we need to go through the ring, but not too fast because we're just gonna explode. So we need to go in slow. I suppose that's what the clue was, and Holden was like, "Okay, we gotta go through it." But like the second to last conversation when Holden was in the room, you showed up at the exact same moment the ring was activated. Is he using you to get to me? It reaches out 113 times a second. It reaches out, but nothing answers. So it builds the investigator, and the investigator looks, but he does not find. So it kills the investigator. It kills the investigator over and over, and then it builds the investigator again and again until it finds a door where wasn't there before. What is it doing? So I'm at this unlicensed brothel, right? Egregious down in Sector 18, and this hothead rookie, I keep telling him, watch your dozen corners, pal. You don't come rushing into a room with your dick hanging out. And then they interrupt him. Okay. What the fuck does that mean, though? Okay, so I'm thinking, okay. So what I thought was... Okay, so I thought that maybe it was like a memory imprint of Miller. But it doesn't seem like what he's saying is memories. It's not like a ghost from the past. It is an avatar of Miller, probably created by... I want to say the proto-molecule, but no, I think it was created by the... It was created by whatever alien race create this shit that showed up. The ring. It was created by that. Are they okay, so what I'm thinking is, are they trying to make contact with a different species? Is that it? Because what I'm thinking is, he did say it reaches out, it builds an investigator. It reaches out 113 times a second. It creates an investigator, and the investigator investigates what it does not find. I'm gonna do a lot of just like reading this shit again and again because it builds the investigator looks, but it does not find, so it kills the investigator. It kills the investigator over and over, and then it builds the investigator again. So Miller is the investigator. He said that, didn't he? He said, "I'm the investigator." So I think that what it's doing is that, so when the Belter kid hit the portal or whatever, when the Belter kid hit the ring, it opened a gateway, a portal of sorts. And it's not a portal to go in. Well, it could be a portal to go in, but it's a portal that goes out as well. And what it actually sent it out is Miller, the investigator. Now, that is not necessarily Miller. That is an avatar of Miller. So that is the investigator. It just happens to have Miller's face and sort of personality and look in general, right? And the reason why I chose Miller is because the Rosie has proto-molecule in it, and it might be the only thing that has proto-molecule in it, isn't it? Because was every other remnant of the proto-molecule destroyed previous book, at the end of previous book? Because I assume they nuke out Io? They could have just destroyed everything that was in Io. They killed Katoa. They killed every other hybrid, I think. The Agatha King got destroyed. It self-destructed. Then we had, and then all the hybrid missiles that were launched were destroyed by Fred Johnson. So I don't know if that is the only trace of protomolecule left in this side of the galaxy, in this system, I suppose. I don't know if it's the only one, but if it is the only one, then this theory is hanging on that. Is the fact that the only trace of protomolecule left in this system is the little bit that remain in the Rosie, and that is the setup for whatever is happening here. So the ring reaches out, is trying to contact a different species, and the way it does that is by selling an investigator who latches on to protomolecule in the system which they had sent before. Because there has to be protomolecule in the system, otherwise that's what the construct the ring is. So the ring comes after the protomolecule has been laid out in the system, and then the investigator comes out and it's like, okay, I'm gonna track down protomolecule, and I'm gonna track down. Maybe it latches onto a ship, because I think he did say for a second, why me? Why am I special? And he said, because you have a ship. So maybe it's the only trace of protomolecule that is on a ship. So then it goes that, okay, so this is a ship, it can fly, it has protomolecule in it, I have to latch onto that. So investigator reaches out and goes like, okay, I'm finding this thing specifically. He found it. And the avatar that it chose is the Miller avatar, because that is someone that Holden will recognize, and that is someone that Holden was sort of attached to. It was sort of secondary main character in season 1, so it is also to a degree for the audience. It's cool. So that's probably why. Because they were just like, okay, he's cool, and Holden knows him, and it will hit hard, and it's just a good avatar to have for Holden to see and then get shook, and then probably listen to him. So when they listen to him, he's saying, go through the ring. So then they do that. I think that's what happened. I think that's why Miller happened, right? I think that it's literally an alien construct that takes on the form of an avatar that latches on to a specific individual in order to convince them to go through the ring. And it's because the Rosie has protomolecule in it, specifically. Now, why? I don't know. Why does that matter? I don't know. But I think that is the reason. Okay. As for what actually happened when they didn't go through the ring yet. They were like stuck at it. What actually happened? I don't know. If they froze, or if time froze, or what froze. Maybe it didn't froze. Maybe it just slowed down like massively. Massive. Because I'm trying to think, because like, what if time slows down for constructs, but not for organics? Because, so I thought about black holes, so I thought about time or gravity or physical manipulation that gets altered when you get close to the ring. Could be it. But I thought, okay, so why did the guy go boom but the ship didn't? That's what they said. And now I'm thinking, why is the Rosie stuck there? But it didn't go through it, didn't it? Like, let me check again. I don't think the Rosie went through the ring. They got stuck like at the border of it, alongside the missile. Let me get a good look at it. But Holden is moving, and Blood is moving, right? Yeah, the Rosie and the missile are both I'm looking at it. The Rosie and the missile. And by the way, I'm looking at it right fucking here. I'm seeing it, and you guys cannot tell, but I don't know. Maybe I can get a screenshot later. But like here, there is this shot, the final shot of the episode. Yeah, it's the final shot of the episode. The Rosie is like at the border, and the missile is right behind it, and the missile has a trail that it's literally tailing it. It's like the trail like curves, but it never disappears. Would that be physics or time? But that's not what I'm focusing on. Sorry, I got distracted. But the thing I'm focusing on is at the border, at like the border of the ring. It's difficult to tell, but I can see it, and I will take a fucking picture and show your asses what I'm talking about. And it's that at the border of the ring, like in the background, space is warped. Space is fucking warped. I don't know if anyone's fucking noticed this shit when they watch it, but I notice it, and I'm bringing it in. And it's the fact that space is warped around the ring from this point of view, from this perspective. So if you go back and watch this episode, I'm gonna take a screenshot, I'm gonna put it on screen. Fine. The ring is there, and then space, like, it like takes a dip and it does like a curve, and then it turns into normal space. But it like space, like it's curved, so it's warped. So the vision that we get from space is fucking warped. Therefore, we know that there was some fuckery happen at this ring, right? But that is just actual confirmation that around the ring, when you get close to it, some weird physical time manipulation happens, or gravity, or whatever. What I'm thinking is that what if, because Holden's moving, he can move his hand, blood is floating. Is blood floating, or is just the camera moving and the blood is still? Well, I don't know. It's space, so I cannot tell. But Holden seems to be moving. He can look at things, like he can realize what's happening. But the problem is that the Rosie's still, and the missile is still, and even the trail of the missile is fucking still. So what if it's time manipulation? Like, time gets warped when you get there. But, okay, hear me out. So, you get close to it, and both time as well as space like slows down. But if you're organic, it's only space but not time. But if you're the ship, it's both. So what that means is that if you're organic and you slow down, time will not slow down, but physics will, which will make you just stop. But, well, no, that is physics, isn't it? Well, no. It's difficult to separate the two at moments. And I'm not the smartest person in the universe. I'm not the kind of person to be talking about the specifics of physics on a dumb show, on a dumb sci-fi show. But it's a dumb sci-fi show, so I'm gonna say dumb shit, and you people are gonna like it. That's all I've been doing all my life. So, what if, like, you get close to it, and if you're organic, time runs at its natural course, but physics slow down? So, but the ship doesn't, because the ship actually gets slowed down in time, as well as space. So, the ship will just slow down, but it will not explode with it, because time also slowed down for it. So it slowed down physically at the exact same speed that I needed to slow down, because time gets altered for it, but not for people. That could be interesting. I don't know if that has any bearing on reality, but like, okay, so I forgot to mention why I went on this like huge tangent. Oh, not tangent, but like, why am I going on this specific like theory? And it's because the Rosie hasn't gone through the ring yet, right? And we see it, and the Rosie is like frozen in front of the ring, as well as the missile. But the kid that went through the ring, he actually went through the ring. Like we actually see the Highway Star ship go really fast, and then when he got real close, it's like slowed down, but then he slowly went through it. But the Rosie was slowing down when they get to it. Therefore, it's not that the ring stops you, it's that the ring creates a very specific amount of slowing down force, and if you're going really fast, the ship is going to go through it. But if the Rosie was slowing down, the ring slowed down, and now the Rosie seems like it stopped, but it's actually moving really slowly, much slower than Highway Star, which just went through it. Not instantly, but it slowed down and went through it. So the amount of slowdown that getting close to the ring creates, it's directly comparable to the amount of speed that you had before you hit it. You hit this specific like mark of space-time where the ring slowdown kicks in. And I instantly thought that has to be time. It doesn't have to, but I'm thinking it has to be time manipulation of some degree. I don't know, man. I think I said everything I wanted to say about that shit. I cannot explain myself better. I don't know words, but that's what I'm thinking. And if that is the case, I don't know, that's dope. I like that. If it works like a black hole, I'm just like, this is just a Rush reference. Doesn't matter. Just like, just another one for the pile. Well, it was being built up, wasn't it? Just like from the very beginning. From the moment the Rosie was named, this was what it was all about, wasn't it? Okay, there was this really fucked moment with Melva when she crushed the dude's head. I want to see that again. How realistic was the crushing of the head? This girl is having a rough time, but she's a terrorist too, so fuck her. But yeah, it looks a lot like a puppet. Well, like not a puppet, but like a really well made like fake version of the dude. Not in the first shot, but yes in the second. Okay. I find it really difficult to watch whenever there's just clear lies in front of the world. It's just like, I find it really difficult to watch shit like that. Whenever, like, a character that we know, and then everyone else thinks that they're fucking crazy, and everyone else thinks that, no, this guy's the scum of the world, and it's just like, it's a bunch of lies, and everybody believes it, and everyone is against this person that did nothing wrong. Like, it's always difficult for me to watch shit like that. It always has. Like, I cannot. I just have to, like, look away or whatever. And I might have, well, that happened with Holden. When the transmission kicked in of, like, I'm Holden and this is what I'm saying. And I'm like, oh my god, no. And they're gonna believe that he's crazy and he actually did it. Because they were dotting him the entire episode. So I'm glad that they trusted him at the end. But, like, still, it was kind of difficult, rough for me to watch. Like, there's one of my favorite characters in Stardust Crusaders, Kakyoin, and one of his stories where he was like the main focus was about people thinking that he was crazy, and even he himself thought that he was crazy, and he started doubting himself, when in reality he's the only person that even realized what was actually happening, and the only person that saved everyone at the end of the episode. But it was very difficult for me to watch that story. But yeah, I can just theorize about what the fuck the ring shit was. So we have Naomi and Drummer and Ashford just being like, what do we do, right? And they're trying to like figure out what they're gonna do with the behemoth and shit. And Ashford, I like that Ashford doesn't seem entirely like an asshole. Like they actually started to hang out with each other a little bit. They start to like enjoy each other's company a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. They're still just like at each other's throats, but a little bit, slowly. But there is, and then at the end, it's just like when the whole shit happens, Naomi is like, that has to be fake. But Ashford immediately goes like, we have to shoot down the Rosinante. We have to, because like, their world is gonna think that we, the OPA, the Belters, are to blame for that attack, And we need to tell them right now that it was the Rocinante acting on its own accord, not us. It's not affiliated with us. So we need to blow up the Rocinante. So then they go like, we need to do it. And Naomi's like, no, that's not fake. But then Drummer is like, we have to. And I'm like, we have to. Like, I'm sorry, but this situation is fucked. And like, the only way the belt can like save itself right now is if we say the Rosie was acting on its own, fuck them. We need to dispose of them. It's just like a ship with like 3 people. And I understand that they're like the saviors of everything. They're like the 3 dudes that we love, and it's like the main characters, and I'm just like, I get that. But from like logically speaking, those dudes need to go if the belt is, in order to prevent this like war from happening. I'm like, we have to. He's right. I don't want to, but like realistically, you would have to do that. So, were they the ones that shot the missile? I didn't see if it was like the UN ship or if it was the Behemoth, because for a second the power died on the Behemoth too. Was the fact that the power died on the Behemoth also okay? So the Behemoth launched the missile. Cool, I see it. So was the fact that the power died on the Behemoth also something that the alien race may have caused ? I like that we're just doing aliens now. We haven't encountered them yet, but it seems that now we're just dealing with like, no, that weird shit that we don't know anything about. Them aliens though. I like that. I want to see where this goes, because I don't necessarily want like the Blue Man Group to show up. Like, I don't necessarily want just like enhanced monster protomolecule guys that are just super strong and they're gonna beat you to death. Like, I don't, and just getting war children with them because of the war effort. I don't. That's not great. That's not necessarily what I want out of a story that starts to tackle into like the unknown. It's like, no, we can do so much better than that, and it seems like they're doing that, and I like that. I like that each book seems to be like, okay, not necessarily like the first. I feel like book 2 didn't matter, if that makes any sense. Like, it feels like book 2, you can skip that one and the story would make sense. It would make a lot of sense, actually. Well, no. Well, fuck, no, yeah, totally. Like, yeah, because, like, I was thinking about, like, at the end, at the beginning here of book 3, everyone's like, oh my god, the heroes that save and stop the war or whatever. It's like, no, but you could have done that at the end of book 1, saying, like, no, those were the heroes that save us from devastation. It would be literally the same thing. If they wanted to do it, they could have done it. So, I feel like you can skip book 2, given you wouldn't have gotten Prax, and which was like the best character ever, and Anna's great, and it's like, I'm not saying that book 2 was bad, by the way. I'm not saying that there weren't enjoyable episodes in it. I'm just saying that, like, from a plot perspective, and given I still haven't seen what the fuck the plot is about to be, right? But if they're going into the alien unknown shit, you can totally skip over the Jeff Bezos creates his children protomolecule army. You can skip that part of the story. That one doesn't matter that much. You can just skip into, like, the alien unknown portal shit happening. That's cool. And, like, the season 1, it matters in the sense that we're setting up these characters, we're setting up Miller, and we're setting up what the protomolecule is and where did it came from and all that shit, right? Book 2 is just, like, war and children, soldier, and we're shit in the Blue Man Group, and there you go. Book 3 seems to be coming back into, no, the aliens, though, which I like, and it seems to go on an even grander, bigger scale than it ever has, and I enjoy that a lot. So I think that I'm gonna enjoy where this second half of the season's gonna go. This third book is about to go, and I'm hoping book 4 will also go into that, because it's weird, because it's like, I hate comparing things to JoJo, but I'm gonna. And it's the fact that in JoJo, there's like multiple parts, and every part has a different setting, a different plot, a different story, a different character, different everything. So book 2 for The Expanse feels like we have the same characters, and it is continuing on what we had, but the plot is just like completely just like, it doesn't matter in the major scheme of things. It really doesn't. Right? It only matters for like what it meant to our characters, probably. Right? That's probably the only reason why it matters. Yeah. Book 2 gives me a weird feeling of like, we just did that shit for a while. Now we're back to the aliens though. And I like that. I like that a lot. Because I'm more of a sucker for this than the like war storyline, that we saved it and the proto-molecule child soldiers that we need to rescue and all that shit. Like, yeah. Not saying that was bad. But I think it's weird that we jumped to that and then we're like, yeah, okay, never mind that. So now this though. I actually think it's fun. I actually think it's really fun that they're gonna go from one place to the other, and it's just like, nope, no, we're doing that now. I like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, that's how I feel about this season so far. This 2 episodes, I suppose. Like I keep referring to the second half of the season as the season, because whenever a new book starts, it just feels like a premiere, and whenever a book ends, it feels like a finale, even though they are technically in the same season. It's weird. But like, this is how I'm feeling about book 3 so far. I guess I'm a third of the story through. How many episodes are in season 3? Give me a second. Because if it's literally... Okay, so, not reading titles, not looking at pictures, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 episodes. Yeah, almost a third of the way through. Cool. Yeah, we're good. So, awesome. A lot of shit happened. Awesome. Hopefully I was somewhere in the ballpark area where I got something right or something close. And there you go. So yeah, that was this episode of The Expanse. Hope you enjoyed it. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of The Expanse reaction. If you would like to see next one, should already be up on Patreon as well as full length. Check out the links in the description and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care everyone. Bye.